The neighborhood council system started it was part of the city charter in 1999. The first neighborhood councils in the city of Los Angeles came on in 2002, one of which was the Downtown Los Angeles Neighborhood Council, which currently Skid Row is a part of. We've been a part of Skid Row, of the Downtown Los Angeles Neighborhood Council since its inception in 2002. Here we are 13 years later, and Skid Row still looks the same. So what we decided, thanks to OG Manuel Capito, who put the word out last summer and said, it's time, because we've been discussing this since he and I got together in 2007. And so, but the timing wasn't right. There's a saying that my mother always used to tell me, before you invite company over, you gotta clean your house. And so we have to get the Skid Row community up to speed first before we actually can move forward on the political process. So we're getting closer. Some people may say that we're still not there yet. But my whole thing is we can't wait any longer. Because this is years of a process, we have to start the process, and then hopefully more and more members of our community will wake up, join in, and we can eventually be where we need to be moving forward. So, in 2012, as far as my research, Councilmember Jose Huizar, who represents this district, actually filed a motion, Council File 12-1681, in regards to the subdivision process to begin. Because before us, there was a city in northeast Los Angeles called Herman, and they were part of the LA 32 Neighborhood Council, and they were frustrated with what was going on in their community and said, we want to break away. We also did research and found out there were Wilmington, Arleta, and a couple of the neighborhood councils were saying, we want to break away. And but subdivision did not exist at that time. So what it was actually a word in the books, but there was no process. Was never existed, because at that time the neighborhood council process was basically less than 10 years old, so there was no need to expand on something when they're just trying to get up to speed. And so Zapata King Neighborhood Council, who by the way gave us a letter of support that's over there on the table, they're the 96th, the last neighborhood council to come online, and they just came online earlier this year. So there are a lot of communities that are still coming online. So now as far as subdivision is when you already are, the community is already a part of the neighborhood, existing neighborhood council, and it's about breaking away from that. And so what we have to do in Skid Row is break away from the Downtown Los Angeles Neighborhood Council. So a lot of people say, well, is that possible, and what are the requirements? I'm glad you asked. There's a document called Plan for a Citywide System of Neighborhood Councils. It came online in 2001, and it's been amended several times, the last being in 2008. And so in that document, it talks about the subdivision process, and so the requirements to become a neighborhood council. So the first primary criteria is to be a neighborhood that's full of 20,000 people. Skid Row, we do not have that. So based on primary criteria, we do not qualify. But then there's secondary criteria, and so there are a couple of different options. One being, you have to have a recognizable community, which we do. You have to have a community that is distinctive in by name, in the homeless capital of the world, and Skid Row. And also we also qualify that you have to have city services, whether they have parks. We now have 2. Gladys Park and San Julian Park. You have to have a fire station, a school, a library, or a police station, which we do come to a lot from here, is the Central Division of Los Angeles Police Department. So all we need is one of those things, and we've got more than 4. So based on secondary criteria, we can begin the process. So also moving forward in that process, there is the, that comes later on. We're not there yet, we're just gathering the community. And so, there's about, we need minimum 200 signatures, no more than 500 signatures. We easily get that, thanks to Brother Wendell. He gets over 200 people every day for movies on the nickel. So, when it comes to getting a petition going, that comes later. We're not worried about that. But we also want to do it. Brother Kevin Michael Key has also offered to, let's get together and start getting the signatures. It's like, it's not time yet. Because one thing about the signatures, it says that it has to come from multiple demographics within the community. So in that regard, it can't all be homeless residents or Skid Row residents. So what we're looking at, myself, even though I'm the chair, I'm not finalizing any type of technical or specifics or logistics, anything about the Skid Row Neighborhood Council. Why? That's because that's for the Skid Row Neighborhood. Could you get up my desk, sir, please? All that's spoken for. Go ahead, sir. Laid out my game plan. Messing with my GPS. Messing with my GPS. So anyway, there's a certain way, a structure that has to go on. There's about the logistics, and so what we're doing is we're moving. As there's natural maturation process in order to get to that point. So everybody's very excited, and everybody wants to go right now. That's not going to happen. We're not going to start right now. So okay, when are we going to start? Okay, let's say this. Last month, the City Council just approved the subdivision language. So what that means is now communities can actually turn in their application to apply. But now we have to hold on, because right now the actual language, because this is a legal matter, it has to go through the city attorney's office where it is currently, and the city attorney's office has to sign off on everything. They have to dot every I and have to cross every T before they put this official stamp on it and say, this is official. Before they say, hear ye, they have to make sure, because otherwise it could, it could come back to haunt the city badly. And so that gives us time as a community to come together. And that's why we're all here. We called this meeting 3 days before Christmas. We definitely want to celebrate the fact that we were able to lead the charge to get the subdivision process through. So it was us. I don't know, is anybody from the Herndon community here? So this is all Skid Row. So it was basically Skid Row and the community of Herndon that led the charge for the subdivision process in regards to we the people. So that's something that we can hang on our hats right now. So now I'm going to break away, because this is a community meeting. We're not compliant. So even though we have an agenda, we're not bound by that agenda. So Brother Deacon Alexander spoke moments ago, and he spoke about me being the chair. I forget the exact words. My apologies, Brother Deacon, but as far as me being the chair. But what we do, every Skid Row Neighborhood Council Formation Committee, what we do is we have an election as far as who should be the chair of this committee. So, but is there anybody that is interested in being the chair of the Skid Row Neighborhood Council Formation Committee? Excuse me, sir. There's a question on the floor. Is there anyone in the building that's interested in being the chair of the Skid Row Neighborhood Council Formation Committee? You are interested? Stand up. So we have one candidate. Is there anyone else? You're interested? Come on up. Let's just say, does any candidates are interested? Come on up.
I have a question.
Hold on, sir. What's your question, sir? Thank you. Is there anyone else? Going once, going twice. We've got 3 candidates. What is your name, ma'am? We're going to take a couple of moments for the people that can get familiar with the candidates.
Hi, how you doing today? I want to let you know, I'm from the Women's Center. My name is hi. My name is Renee Joaquin. I come down, I spoke to Melo over at the Women's Center. What I do is I tutor adults that have learning disabilities. And thought that I would just come aboard with the community. She asked me for a lot of celebrities to come to and do some concerts with her. So I thought I might just come out. Tonight, looking at all y'all beautiful faces. And I think everybody in here is a candidate, you know what I mean? To be successfully and academically to what we provide in assistance for all of us youth. And the youth look to us for responsibilities and everything else behind them through the Skid Row and keeping the bodies down. And I think coming apart and being a part of this is very tremendously, just like getting involved with the NAACP double CPA, CPU, or, you know, the Black Americans and histories and all of that. And I'm looking forward to working with all of y'all in the Middle of the Fall.
The next candidate is Suzette Shaw.
Greetings, everyone. So I am a Skid Row resident. December 6th, this past month, I celebrated my 3rd year here in Skid Row. In the 3 years that I've been here in Skid Row, I have been through a healing recovery process myself, and through my journey, I have embraced also my healing process as it relates to help me to help you to help me. And so with that, I became a mental health peer advocate through Mental Health of America. So I'm certified through that, and I've also became certified through as an advocate through California Black Women's Health Coalition Project. And I also started a women's empowerment group that I did for almost 2 years, where just on a weekly basis, where I really just wanted to have a space where women can come and embrace and just have a safe space and have a tea party. So along with that, I started a wellness group that I did at a mental health facility for almost 2 years, again on a weekly basis. And again, part of my process was help me to help you to help me. So it was a drop-in wellness. I called it my Wednesday wellness group. I'm also currently co-chair of the Downtown Women's Action Coalition. And we have several projects that we have planned for this coming year. The past year, as a member of the Downtown Women's Action Coalition, I hosted my first tea party fundraiser for women in our community through the coalition at Downtown Women's Center, and that was the Mother's Day tea party that I did, that I'm hoping to do again this coming year. And I have a series of domestic violence events that we're also planning through Downtown Women's Action Coalition. First will be in February, Take Back the Night, and then hopefully another event in the springtime, and then ending with a domestic violence summit in October, which is Domestic Violence Month. Just to give you a little prior experience. Just to give you a little prior experience, I was a former certified case manager through the State of Arizona Welfare Program, and I also did a 9-month neighborhood leadership academy back in my hometown as well as in Arizona. Thank you very much.
Remain, ladies, please remain. So myself, my name is General Jeff. Reside in Skid Row since August 2006. I'm a community activist, and I'm the current chair of the Skid Row Neighborhood Council Formation Committee. Thank you. Brother Wendell, can we ask for your help in terms of counting the votes? Because we're going to have an election right now. So, right now we're going to open up for questions. We had two. One first with Brother Rob. You had a question, brother?
Oh, yeah, exactly what will we have to do?
Yeah.
They will have to lead the Skid Row Neighborhood Council Formation Committee in any way, shape, that they see fit in regards to what's in the best interest of this community. It doesn't come with instructions, brother. Yes, Brother Deacon.
I would encourage that you do not vote for tonight. The reason why I would vote that you do not vote for tonight is because it would be in strict violation of, and I know that we're not a Brown Act organization, but that we should adhere to Brown Act policy of fairness and openness and transparency. I think by the two young ladies agreeing to act, I think that's opened up a whole new opportunity for us for fairness and opportunity. Then give us a month. Give us a month to prepare, give them a month to prepare for the election, and then we hold an election in a month here at this location. But with the idea of putting it out to the community that they're not probably the only two people who might want to be chairs. This is what I would do, because I think if we're going to do that, that's going to be totally open and totally transparent, and in keeping with the Brown Act, it will require a 4 month, I'm a Brown Act expert, that we do not vote tonight.
Thank you for that. Kevin Michael Keith.
Yeah, I would like to ask each of the candidates, are you familiar with what the process is for creating a neighborhood council subdivision?
Can I hear that question one more time, sir?
Do you know the process, what the process is for creating a neighborhood council?
Oh, yes, you get together and you sit down and you speak to a lot of folks because they're really connected to you.
I cannot hear you, ma'am.
Oh, you definitely get around and we prepare meetings for people to come in and speak to them and talk to them and get their opinions and speak about a whole lot of things going on in this downtown Skid Row to clean it up and get.
Do you know who you go to start the process for beginning the formation of a neighborhood council, a Skid Row neighborhood council?
Okay, that's what we do.
Who do you go to?
Yeah. Right now, this is my first time coming in.
Okay.
So I wouldn't actually know that.
All right.
But I'm definitely getting in to get more better, and I hope that's not what you'll put away from me on behalf of voting me and voting any other.
So now we ask the next candidate.
Yes.
Thank you. I know that it's a long series process. I know that you all have been involved in the process for quite some time now, so I know it's not a short process. And the process is going to involve gaining this support of potentially current D-Link members, as well as our city council currently, our current city government, from our current, 14 elected person who is Jose Huizar. It's also going to be a process of, like working with business people in the community, gaining their support, that actually setting Skid Row aside to have its own neighborhood council. So there's a series of process that we have to go through as far as legalities in regards to separating from the current D-Link to starting our own formation, and then there will be a series of filing, as well as I'm sorry, yeah, there'll be a series of outreach filings, and there's something else I was going to say, I can't remember, but anyway, that's where I start now. I don't know.
General Deputy.
Thank you. Excuse me, Michelle.
Well, I'm sorry, I was to all three of you.
Oh.
Yeah, you running too?
Yes, just answer your question. Yes, I'm familiar with the process. Michelle, go ahead.
Oh, can you explain it a bit? That's what I asked them.
I cannot. Yes, Michelle, go ahead.
So, thank you for recognizing we have been stakeholders about 13 years into downtown. We're attending the D-Link meeting about the last 6 or 7 years. I don't know about your president. I would like to be on the committee. I just want to be recognized that I would really look forward to helping, but not as chair. I don't know when you're going to recognize, committee members. I think that's a good idea.
Elect a committee.
Yes, I definitely would love to be organizing it. I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Now, I don't mean to be rude, that is off topic. We're here about the chair. Thank you for that. Thank you. Ariana Black.
We're just pretending that chair of the committee.
To this point, the Skid Row, to answer your, go ahead. To answer your question, it has been customary, but every meeting since its inception of the Skid Row Neighborhood Council Formation Committee, we start with the election of the chair. We've been doing that since 2014. So this is the next meeting. We've done the last every meeting. So it's a matter of inclusion. If people do not like the direction, then it's just a technical.
You're going to vote today for
Correct.
and then there's going to be a committee formed, people who are going to help that chair form.
Whoever's the chair, is up to them to do whatever it is that they want to do.
No, I don't think that responsibility should lie on one person. I think other people want to be part of running it, just not part of
Let me clarify. Excuse me, let me clarify.
I mean, because if you want to run for it and they don't know how to do it, it makes sense to have a group of people learn how to form the neighborhood council. I mean, I wouldn't know how the first one to do either, but people may know and learn together to form it. And it shouldn't just lie on one person to do all of that.
He has people who wanted to stand up. You could come up here and
No, I
hear the next person.
part of it.
Well, okay, hold on. Excuse excuse me, hold on, you're getting out of control. Hold on, excuse me. There's a difference between being a part of the Skid Row Neighborhood Council Formation Committee, and there's a whole separate thing to be the chair of the Skid Row Neighborhood Council Formation Committee. When you're talking about anybody that has a vested interest can be a part of the Skid Row Neighborhood Council Formation Committee. This is for the position of chair, and chair only. Any other discussions are actually off topic right now.
But I asked him, he said it's up to the chair to decide
Right.
what they want to do. So if you elect the chair is gonna, what if they decide, well, I don't use community to help them on their own, and then that leaves other people who would like to be part of forming it to be left out.
Well,
So it's not up to the chair, you have to decide that.
That's not how it works.
Okay.
Well, there are no rules, he just said that this doesn't come from the rule book.
This is a community meeting, right?
Like you're thinking how it works, that's how it's gonna work, but most people have in their mind the chair is gonna be a god and king. No. I was there at the very first neighborhood council formation in downtown Pleasant.
Excuse me, hold on. Don Garza, we got a hand. We'll let you speak in a moment. We want this young lady right here, Sylvia.
Yes. I thank for the opportunity that you made to have the door open for the members of the community and be part of this chair or this committee. I will say it would be nice to have a training or more information because I listen, there's a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding about what it is. I think it would be fair, as you mentioned it, if you offer also training and have people that have more experience mentoring the members, so it will be more sense to run it and to have it open for the participation of others.
Okay, I'm just a mere community activist that's trying to help the community where I live, and it's not my obligation to train anyone else as far as the neighborhood council system. The Department of Neighborhood Empowerment, and there's no funding, there is no training. If anybody wants to train, they can go to the Downtown Los Angeles Neighborhood Council, of which Skid Row is directly connected to, and maybe they can offer the training and technical assistance that you all may be
Yeah, but my
asking for.
understanding is community based. I think everything can put a little bit, just to make it happen. Like James Center, have this place to offer
Absolutely.
that information. I don't think they have to be related or the parks. I think everything can be done. Just be more open-minded.
Okay, hold on. Let me take this time to explain to folks. Again, we've been doing this since last year, 2014. When we put the word out, nobody was showing up to the meetings. No one was helping us formulate any of this. It's not Brown Act regulated. It's not City of Los Angeles regulated. It's not regulated by nobody but us. That means we can do whatever we want to do to start this thing until we get to the application process where there is specific answers and specific requirements that we will be held accountable for. If we don't like that process, then we need to come together as a community with more meetings so we can have discussions. And that's what, a lot of people are just now coming for the first time. So we understand that a lot of people aren't familiar with the process, and everybody wants to interject with what about this, what about that. And so that's understandable. We have other items to discuss on the agenda, but we want everyone to be heard, so we will take questions. Louise. And then,
Then I wanted to say this. I'm also co-chair of the Nongovernmental Action Coalition, and I always tell people, I'm not the co-chair. The people that I'm part of are the ones that are co-chairing to me. In other words, I'm only co-chairing according to what the people of the group and the legalities and jurisdiction that surround the committee that I'm co-chairing. So, like someone said, being chair doesn't mean, oh, I'm the big dog. No, it just means that you listen to the community according to the legalities, and we're going to move this forward.
absolutely. And so that's what we're doing. Tonight's meeting is we're moving forward on what was discussed previously. Now discussions that are happening now can move forward at the next meeting, not necessarily this meeting.